Good evening, I'm Patricia Vallone with a CTV News update. It was a violent day in the county yesterday. Several people were shot and 3 were killed in separate incidents. Byron Scott has more.
Patty, one of the incidents happened at around 12:30 yesterday morning in the 4000 block of Warner Avenue in Landover Hills. Police say one man is dead. He's been identified as 28-year-old Rodney Wells of Hyattsville. A second shooting victim remains hospitalized. We go now to the 3200 block of Naylor Road in Temple Hills. Police say this is where 19-year-old Tiziah Gaither of Washington, D.C. was shot and killed. That crime policing happened just before 6 o'clock last night. Police were also called to the 1200 block of Palmer Road in Fort Washington. That's where they found 20-year-old Avery Crowder of Clinton inside a car. Police say suffering from gunshot wounds. He died a short time later. And 2 other men were shot on the 900 block of Castlin Way in Landover. Both police say survived. And police are asking anyone who may have any information about these incidents to contact them. Back to you.
Well, an army of tutors will soon help Maryland students get back on track. The State Department of Education is investing $10 million in a new Maryland Tutoring Corps grant program. It's intended to help students recover academically from the learning loss experienced during COVID.
Anytime we can provide supports, provide that extra remediation or enhancement that student needs, that's a good thing. And I hope that it continues past this 1-year grant, that we're really focused on the students and their learning, not necessarily what a test score shows.
And historically underserved communities of students will be prioritized in the grant awarding process. State officials are expecting the program to go into effect after spring 2024, when college students complete their tutor training. Abortion rights supporters and opponents plan to mark the 1-year anniversary of the U.S. Supreme Court's overturning of Roe v. Wade. The 1973 landmark ruling legalized abortion nationwide. Last year's ruling to overturn it freed states to ban abortion. Since that time, numerous states passed restrictive abortion laws with near total bans in 14 states, even though public opinion polls show the majority of Americans want abortion legal. We asked some Laurel residents their thoughts about the court's decision now that a year has passed.
What are your thoughts about the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade?
I'm really against it. I think people should have a choice.
Women should have their protection to decide. You understand? Because for me, if a person decides to go ahead and do something, they're supposed to be their decisions, not up to what people decide for them.
What are your thoughts on how abortion decisions should be handled in the future in general?
That has to be debated, you know. America is a democratic country. I believe everything has to be pretty much debated, and it has to be, anything that carries the majority of the people is the voice of the people. That's what should prevail.
Now, pro-choice supporters plan to hold a women's march on the National Mall tomorrow from 12 to 4 p.m. They also plan to canvass, make calls, and collect signatures for ballot measures to protect abortion rights. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. Coming up, if you love the adorable animals from our Pet of the Week segment, you have a chance to take one home at a special adoption event tomorrow. We'll be back with more details in just a moment. Well, local police, family, and friends remember a fallen hero today. Prince George's officer Kilonzo Mazumbwa was killed responding to a break-in at Langley Park McCormick Elementary nearly 23 years ago. His car crashed on New Hampshire Avenue as he approached the school. Today, a Memorial Road sign was dedicated in his honor near the incident scene. A graduate of Carroll High School and Bowie State University, Mazumbwa was 26 years old at the time of his death. A Pride Resource Fair is set to get underway tomorrow in Capitol Heights. Organizers say the event will offer access to services and amenities available to the LGBTQ community. The fair is being hosted by Delegate Ashanti Martinez, County Council Member Crystal Oriatha, and Congressman Glenn Ivey.
I think, there's an ongoing struggle in the country right now about some of these issues, whether it's gay marriage, transgenderism, or whatever. But I think the key is that we need to make sure we find ways to live together and not just tolerate each other, but support each other. And hopefully we can build strong communities that care about each other and support each other so we can all move forward together.
And the Pride Fair is set tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Oakcrest Community Center. It's located at 1300 Capitol Heights Boulevard. All are invited. The county school system has a new leader. Richard Amrine has been named as the interim CEO of the Prince George's County Memorial Library System. Amrine previously served on the Board of Library Trustees. He also has more than 30 years of library administration experience. According to reports, the library is still looking for someone to fill the position permanently. Well, are you looking to add an adorable pet to your home? The county's animal management might have the perfect pet for you. The Prince George's Animal Services Division will host an adoption and community event this Saturday, June 24th. The event is in partnership with Best Friends Animal Society and will provide same-day pet adoptions. Officials say attendees looking to add an animal to their home must bring their ID and the adoption application.
So this event is going to be geared toward free animal adoption for any out-of-county residents. If you're in the county and wanting to adopt, there is going to be a $10 license fee if you want to adopt a dog or a cat. This event is also going to cover any of our critters. Critters consist of any rabbits, guinea pigs. We have a bunch of those.
And the event takes place at the Animal Management Facility in Upper Marlboro from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Coming up, we have Simon Buggs with our Friday Sports Page report. Stay tuned.
What's going on, everyone? And coming up in sports, the Washington Wizards build for the future with yesterday's draft pick, and UMD women's basketball coach Brenda Freed speaks more on the Gossett Basketball Performance Center. Don't move.
When I got COVID, I had to take time away from the gym. But now that I'm back in the groove, I won't let COVID catch me with my guard down again. A repeat COVID infection can increase the risk of hospitalization or long COVID. So I got an updated COVID vaccine to boost my protection. Around here, they call me the answer. So getting my vaccine was no question.
Metro riders can rejoice as more trains and buses are set to become available to customers starting next week. Beginning next Monday, June 26th, the Orange Line will run every 10 minutes before 9:30 p.m. every day, and the line will then switch to operating every 15 minutes after that time. The Blue and Silver lines will run every 12 minutes before 9:30 p.m. every day, and officials say 58% more trains will be running on weekdays compared with last July. Meantime, service on buses is expected to exceed pre-pandemic levels. Mandatory composting is coming to the city of Laurel. That's thanks to a new city ordinance. As we reported recently, the city council enacted a measure requiring residents to separate organic waste and trash. But residents have time, and it won't take effect for 2 years.
I think the word mandatory is always kind of like off-putting for people. But once they get used to it, and once they understand everything that can go into your compost, it will become second nature.
And Laurel is the first municipality in Maryland to mandate composting. The ordinance takes effect in July 2025. A play about how far a mother will go to protect her son is heading into its final weekend. Incendiary by Dave Harris will take you on a journey of family love, hate, comedy, and much more. CTV spoke with the actress who portrays the mother in the play. Here's what viewers can expect.
So if you think blaxploitation meets video games, meets action movies, all in service of a really poignant excavation of intergenerational trauma. So Black sketch comedy is a part of it. It's hilarious, it's tragic, it's unexpected. There are twists and turns.
See one of the final showings of Incendiary this weekend at the Woolly Mammoth Theater. You can head to the website on your screen for information and showtimes as well as tickets.
All right, everyone, it's time for your Friday sports page. We start with Wizards news. The NBA draft was held yesterday, and the Wizards selected Bilal Coulibaly, a forward out of France, with the number 8 pick. Coulibaly played for the French league team Metropolitans 92, and Wizards general manager Will Dawkins is excited to have him.
He's a guy that is the 4th youngest player in the draft at 18 years old. We're really excited. We got a player that we targeted, and that's important. He's a useful, athletic, long, growing body, plays 2 sides of the ball, and he's got a hunger and a passion and a work ethic that you don't see in a lot of young players.
And congratulations to DMV native Jordan Hawkins on being selected in this year's draft. Hawkins was selected by the New Orleans Pelicans with the number 14 pick. Hawkins had an impressive college career, helping lead UConn to its 5th NCAA championship this past season. And as we reported from College Park yesterday, it was a historic day as the University of Maryland had a groundbreaking ceremony for the Gossett Basketball Performance Center. It will be the new home for the Terps men and women's basketball squads. And with all the excitement around this facility, women's basketball coach Brenda Fries says it'll help attract recruits.
It's a game changer. You're going to be able to, for your recruits, be able to, allow them to know that they're going to have the kind of access that they need every single day. And we've obviously been able to recruit at a really high level. So I'm really looking forward to, bringing on additional recruits and, them being able to see the kind of access they're going to have.
Lastly, sports fans, be sure to check out tonight's Sideline Report with Bowie State Sports Hall of Famer Marvin Jackson. Tonight, Marvin has an in-depth conversation with UMD football coach Mike Loxley.
I expect this year for us to be better, but that's the goal every year, to get a little bit better. We always talk about chasing that 1% every day. Well, every year our goal is to take the next step, and the next step is now not just being bowl eligible, but finding ways to win close games against some of the top teams in this league.
The Sideline Report airs tonight at 7:30 and tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And that is your Friday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
Thanks, Simon. And now let's get a 3-day check on our wet weather forecast. Tonight, showers and fog with a low near 68. Tomorrow, showers and possible thunderstorms with a high around 85. Sunday, mostly sunny, then storms with a high near 87. Monday, more showers and storms with a high around 88. And now for your community calendar, Prince George's Park officials will host a Teen Fest event to kick off the summer. It's part of their Safe Summer program. The event includes live entertainment, dancing, food, and more. The fest takes place tomorrow from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Allentown Splash, Tennis, and Fitness Park. For more information, visit pgparks.com. And that wraps up our CTV News Update. I'm Patricia Vallone. Join us again on Monday. Have a great weekend.
We grew up together. We believed in something bigger than ourselves. The military took me to one side of the world and her to the other. And even though she was always the strong one, when we caught up years later, I found out she had fallen on some hard times. It was her call to make, but doing it together made all the difference.
For veterans who are homeless or on the brink of homelessness, call 877-424-3838.